Hey everybody, this is Coaster Crazy 10 and this is going to be my second attempt at a pickups video. I went to two retro gaming stores around where I live, one of which my friend Jay tipped me off to, the other of which I actually found while researching the store my friend Jay told me about. And they're in Dayton, which is about 30-40 minutes north of me, so I hopped in my car today, drove through the sleet and rain, and actually managed to get some pretty good pickups. I'm really happy with the way this trip turned out. They had a lot more games that I wish I could have bought. I just didn't have the cash on me, and I kind of need to save money for Christmas and all that stuff. I'm also paying my parents back for this phone. I mean, I had the money to buy it, but they bought it for me, and I'm paying them back slowly. My old phone broke, so I had to get a new one, and I figured I'd get a nice one. So anyway, I want to show you guys the pickups that I got. I spent $60 on all of these, I think. Maybe. I don't know exactly the number, but I got like 17, 18 games. So, I mean, it was a pretty decent deal all around. It's about $3 a game, and some of these games are just excellent. Very good games. So, especially one. So, I'm just going to show you guys. I picked up one NES game. This is Jet Force Gemini. This game's on my wanted list. I don't know exactly anything about it. I just have heard a lot of people picking it up, and it was on several N64 to get lists, so I figured I'd put it in my list for me to get, and I found it for $2, so I was pretty happy with that price, and can't go wrong with that. I picked up one NES game here. This is Astyanax. This was 50 cents. And as I said in my previous video, I'm never going to turn down a 50 cents NES game, especially one that I don't have. Well, only one that I don't have. If it's Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, I'm not going to buy it even 50 cents because I've had like 3 or 4 of them already, and I know I'll have a lot more. Next, I bought 3 Genesis games. This one, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, is complete. This was on my wanted list for sure. It's like a puzzle game. It's kind of like Bejeweled, or maybe Columns. Just with Sonic theme, I suppose. That's complete. Here is Wonder Boy and Monsterland. I think this is the port from the Sega Master System. This is complete, but it also has a real cool poster in it. So it's complete here. But it also has this poster. It looks like a Sonic manual, but in actuality, it is a Toe Jam and Earl poster. Hopefully you guys can see this. Sorry about the light. I'm trying to get more light for this video. And then in the back there's a Genesis poster with just a ton of games advertised back here. Tons of them. I love these old posters. They're really cool. And eventually I want to put them up in my games room. I just don't know if it's really feasible to put them up here because I'm not here very much, but I don't want to put them up at school, just whatever. This is another game that I bought simply because it was $2 and it's complete. Well, I thought it was complete. It actually has a poster in it. Genesis game. This is Granada. So it looks like a tank overhead strategy kind of game. This comes with 2 posters actually. So we've got just some new releases here for the Genesis, some bestsellers, and then we've got like it looks like the start of the Mega Hits series. So we got some of the first Mega Hits games, the first 10 or something. So that's cool. And then I also got with this, go in there. It has Batman's Returns here, and then the Sega CD on the back. But then it folds out, and it's a big Sonic 2 poster. Are you up to it? It says for the Game Gear. And then on the other side, you've got some Sega CD games. So this is really cool. Again, I love getting posters like this. They're just really cool to see. And these are in great shape, so hang them up eventually. And then I also bought 4 Super Nintendo games. I'm pretty sure 3 of these were on my want list. One of them I knew about, but I didn't know that it was on the Super Nintendo, so it wasn't on my want list specifically. That one was God's. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure Xbox 1708 picked this up for some system. It might have been the Mega Drive. It might have been PS1. I don't remember. I know this is on several consoles. I just didn't realize it was on the Super Nintendo. And it was $3, so I decided to pick it up. Nice addition to my SNES collection. The next game here is Pilot Wings. This is a classic. For those of you who don't know, it's basically like a flight simulator kind of thing. You're flying around. I guess you're on a hover glider. At least on the N64 version, you're on a hover glider. And it just basically is to show off the capabilities of the system. The Super Nintendo, when people saw that it could do this, everyone was just like blown away. This was a beautiful game. It still is a great looking game, but at the time it was groundbreaking. The next game here is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I know this is not really technically a Final Fantasy. It was kind of dumbed down for the West, but it's a Final Fantasy title, and I definitely want to get more of these. And I saw this, and it was $5, and $5 for a Final Fantasy title. Definitely worth it in my book. A great addition to the SNES collection, and I'll probably play this one because it's not going to be too terribly long, it's not going to be too terribly hard, it should be fairly accessible, so it might be a good time sink if I just need to blow off some steam at school or something. And the last SNES game that I got here, I'm really pumped about. I don't know what it is, I've just been finding like these RPGs that I've been really wanting to get for quite some time. I actually found Secret of Evermore here. For $15, so that's a lot more than the rest of these games, and usually more than I'm willing to pay for a Super Nintendo game. But for quality games like this, for sought-after games like this, this would cost me this much plus shipping or more on eBay, and this is in really good condition. So I decided I'd just bite the bullet and just pick it up while I could, save myself the shipping costs, and add a really good RPG to my collection. And I'm going to try to, hopefully after the new year, I'm going to start filling in my Super Nintendo RPG holes, Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, all those games I definitely want to get a hold of at some point down the line, hopefully sometime next year, because those are some excellent games. And they're big holes in my collection. Alright, and then the next store, this was the one that my friend Jay told me about. They were having a buy 3 get 1 free sale, so I took advantage of that and I bought 4 NES games and 4 SNES games. So yeah, I just want to get right into this. The first NES game that I got was Snake, Rattle, and Roll. This was recommended to me by several people. I'm guessing it's kind of like Marble Madness, I think, but a little bit slightly different, like Snake and Marble Madness combined. So I'm really happy to see this. I don't see this very often, and when I do, it's either way overpriced or it's not in good shape. So I'm glad to see this reasonably priced and in good condition. Next game here is Wrath of the Black Manta. I'm guessing this is some kind of ninja game. Again, this was recommended to me. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's one for the collection and is on my wanted list. I knew a lot about it at first. I read several lists. I read some reviews on the game. I was like, okay, that sounds good. I put it on my list. But since I read so many reviews, I have forgotten basically all of these games. I haven't forgotten this one. This is Caveman Games. This came in a Nintendo sleeve. Basically, it's like Olympic sports or whatever, but you're caveman, and there's like one sport where you're like throwing women around or something. It's really ridiculous. This was $4. So I figured it'd be cool to pick this up. It's a Data East game, and I haven't actually seen this. It seems like it's a fairly uncommon game, so I wanted to pick it up while I could. The last game for the NES games is The Magic of Scheherazade. I think that's how you say it. I know you're probably like, what is this game? I was like, what is this game when I looked at it, but I checked my list and it was on it. So apparently I've read something where I was recommended to pick this up, and I figured that I would pick it up while I'd seen it, because I haven't ever seen this in the wild before. So, The Magic of Scheherazade. I'll research it and see what it's all about. It might be like a side-scrolling hack and slash or something. I'm not sure. And then the Super Nintendo games. I picked up 4 Super Nintendo games here. This first one here is Plock. I don't know if this was on my list or not, to be honest with you, but I've heard a lot about it. I believe it's been ported to several systems. So there's Plock. It's $4, so not too bad. Let's see, we got Mortal Kombat 3, rounded out the Mortal Kombat trilogy for the Super Nintendo. I'm going to get all the Mortal Kombats for the Super Nintendo and the Genesis just because they are actually different, because the Genesis has like more blood and stuff, as far as I know. Normally I don't want to get duplicates on systems, but I figured that, for Mortal Kombat, since there is such a difference, I might as well pick it up for both systems. So on the lookout for Mortal Kombat 3 for the Genesis. I think Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not sure. I'll have to check my list. Next game here is Populous. I think this is a strategy simulation kind of game. I'm pretty sure this is one of the better looking games on the Super Nintendo. It's made by Acclaim, so we know it's going to be good. But I've heard a lot about this game. I've heard a lot of praise, so I want to pick it up while I've seen it. And the last game here is Firepower 2000. It's like a vehicle combat kind of game. It kind of caught my attention. I was like, Firepower 2000? Check my list. It was on my list. I had never seen it before, so I wanted to pick it up while I could. This would probably be some good fun. I'll pop it in. So that'll be nice. And as you guys can tell, got Yoshi's Island playing on my Super Nintendo in the background. I love this game. It's just so cool looking. I don't know. I digress. So thank you guys for checking out this video. I've got a package coming in the mail with a real cool Game Boy. Pretty limited edition. You guys aren't really going to believe that it's limited edition, but it is. This is really the only one that I've seen on eBay, and I've been looking on it for a while, so I'm really pumped to get a hold of this. And when I shoot that video, I'll put my trades at the end of it. I'll like add it to the end. So in the meantime, I'm going to get all my trades figured out. So yeah, thanks guys for checking this out, and hopefully I'll see you guys in a few days with a new video.